A very good evening and welcome to 7 between Lyari Kings versus DCC Starlet. Men who matters the most, the captain Ronak Panoli of DCC Starlet and Moiz Wakar, the captain of Lyari King. And most importantly, a very good evening and DCC Starlet captain Ronak Panoli has won the toss and they have elected to bat first.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to fan code DCC X10. This is Division 1, and we are coming to you live from the 7th Stadium. Of course, the big game, the first game of the evening. It is Lyari Kings taking on the young DCC starlets. Both these teams have got some really great talent, and that talent will be on display when they battle it out against each other for those 2 points. The 7th Stadium is the venue, it's the battlefield, and we are bringing you all these pictures live and exclusive for the fan code DCC X10 Rapid Fire Division 1. Let's quickly head down to the center where we've got Mudassir Ali with the two captains for the toss.
A very good evening and welcome to 7th Cricket Stadium. It's match number 16 between Lyari Kings versus DCC Starlet. Men who matters the most, the captain Ronak Panoli of DCC Starlet and Moiz Wakar, the captain of Lyari King. And most importantly, match referee Sunij with us. And its home team is DCC Starlet, so they will flip the coin. Heads is the call. And it came down as tail. Lucky Ronak.
We're going to bat first today. Want to get a nice total on board, and then, hopefully we can go out and defend that.
And happy with the way the boys performed in the last match because there was absence of many senior players. Still, they managed to restrict IGM below 110.
Really impressive. Being very honest, didn't expect that, but I'm really happy to see that. That's what Dubai Cricket Council has imbibed into us youngsters, so that we can go out there, express ourselves against the best in the country. So these are the future young stars. They're going to be the seniors in a few years. So I'm really happy to see that.
And talking about the side, are there a couple of changes or it's completely different side we are going to see tonight?
Look, we've kept some of the youngsters from the last game who've impressed, and obviously the seniors like myself, Punya, Dhruv, and Aditya Shetty, we come into the 11.
All the best, Ronak. And unlucky, but still, I think it's a good toss to lose.
No, we wanted to bowl first itself because it's a grassy wicket and the moisture will kick in later on in the evening. So we'll take advantage of the wet ball and score as many runs, and it will be easier for us to chase down.
And what is the target you're looking to restrict them below?
Below 80 we would recommend because looks like a good wicket to bat on. Later on it will get a little moisture will come in, so it will be easier to bat on.
Fine, and all the best, Moiz, and hope you'll have a good game tonight. So the news from the center is DCC Starlet captain Ronak Panoli has won the toss and they have elected to bat first.
Center is that DCC starlets have elected to bat first. That's the batting lineup for both the sides, the playing 11. For DCC starlets, Ronak Panoli is the captain, Punya Mehra, Dhruv Parashar, Ibrahim Vijdani, Vansh Kumar, the wicketkeeper, Shane Saldana, Ahan Fernandez, Aditya Shetty, Zain Hamid, Jaiditya Malik and Hriday Bhatia. That's the playing 11 for DCC starlets. And to give you a brief introduction about Lyari Kings, I've got with me in the comm box Kes Farooq. Kes, good evening and welcome.
Yes, the Lyari Kings side, Syed Hasnain Raza, Nail Mohammed the captain, Hassan Nasir, Mohammad Moiz Wakar, Krishnan Bala, Emil John the left-arm medium pacer, Amit Negi, Rajiv Dudeja, Zahid Amir, Mohammad Abid Nini and Ahad Shahid. A few changes on both ends, obviously DCC starlets with the significant changes. Their big boys are back, and a few changes in the Lyari Kings side as well.
DCC starlets, no Shrey Sethi there. Kes, would you think they would miss him?
Well, they've got adequate cover up, so I don't think. They would, but they've got adequate cover up to balance it out. And Shrey is travelling, I believe. That's the points table for Division 1. IGM with 3 out of 3, 6 points. Defenders and DCC starlets are on 4 points apiece. VTech Volts are on 2 points, sitting fourth, and Lyari Kings are yet to open their account.
Well, they have definitely played lesser games, Lyari Kings, compared to the other teams. So they still have a chance to come back and come back strong. But for that, they'll have to beat DCC starlets tonight. DCC starlets have decided to win the toss and bat first. That's the points table for the other group, Group B. Future Mattress right at the top with 4 points. A very close-knit group here because 3 teams are on 4 points each. Future Mattress, 11 Ace, and Kolata Chocolates. Pacific Group have got that 2 points to their points table. They've won one, they've lost one, and 7 District have just played one game and they've lost that game. So clearly it is a very, very tight group, and I would be compelled to say that it's a group of death, that Group B. Meanwhile, matches today, Division 1, 3 matches. The first game, of course, is Lyari Kings versus DCC Starlets. DCC are going to bat first. That's match number 16. Match number 17. It's going to be 11 Ace Cricket taking on Pacific Group. That's a good encounter. 2 top quality sides again against each other. And the third game, Lyari play their second game tonight. They'll be playing against VTAC Volts. That's match number 18. That's at 10:45 p.m. So the 2 batters walking out in the middle. One of them is Ronak Panoli, who I would not be wrong to say is a student of my co-commentator, Kes Farooq. Kes, hoping that he gets some big runs yet again this time.
Yeah, these boys had a game, I believe it was day before yesterday in Sharjah against Future Mattresses, and they ended up on the losing side. No, Ronak got a few there, so he's going to want to make up for, his shortened innings at the Sharjah Stadium a couple of days back. With him is Punya Mehra again, so they've brought the big guns back. And they've got a very, very powerful batting lineup this evening, and it's going to be a very, very interesting contest between Lyari Kings and DCC Starlets. We know Krishnan is going to be itching to bowl to Ronak. He got him out with a ball that did not bounce the other day, and Ronak is going to want to take the charge from the first ball, as we see the Lyari Kings fielders also walking into the field now. Yeah,
it's a battle within a battle, and that is what makes this game more interesting, more exciting. Bowlers versus batters, they've got their own history. And as you rightly mentioned, Ronak Panoli will be itching to get some runs. He's in great form. Yes, there was a blip in that form in the previous game, but other than that, he's scored runs with a lot of ease, and he's looked good out there in the middle. Can he do that tonight for DCC Starlets? 3 innings, 100 runs. That's a good average, but look at that strike rate. That is something special. 222 with a best of 62 not out. So he definitely is in the form of his life. With him is Punya Mehra, who's again an exceptional talent. 3 innings, 64 runs. And it's going to be Mohammad Abid to start the proceedings in terms of the bowling for Lyari Kings. Spin attack. Good plan, I think. This is a good plan, good strategy to bring in Mohammad Abid. Left arm.
Yeah, I'd be very interested to see if Ronak does his customary 6 within the first 3 balls off the first over. He's always, he's made a habit of trying to get the maximum and get, over on top of the bowler very early on.
First ball, I'm not sure about the 6, but he'll definitely get a couple of runs. That's good fielding at long on. It was hit straight and right from the middle of the bat again. Good start from Ronak Panoli.
Yeah, he's just going to play that one game, which is attack the bowlers as long as he's at the ground. That was a very, very good fielding effort by the fielder at long on. Saved a certain boundary.
Bowling! Nicely played straight to the fielder.
Nice bowling, Abid.
That will bring Punya Mehra on strike. It's like any other player, right? As a bowler, you would want a wicket in the first over. As a batter, to gain that confidence and momentum and rhythm, you would want to get a few boundaries in your first 3-4 deliveries.
Yeah, and the power play is imperative to how a team paces their innings, as that ball has just been played back to Abid. So yeah, the first couple of overs obviously have a huge impact on the game, and we've seen the teams that have performed in the power play have gone on to get the bigger scores.
Big appeal, but that was definitely going down leg. Looked like it was going down leg, and the umpire is in agreement to that.
As we have a look at the replay. That was going down the leg side. A faster one. He bowled that straight on. It was a faster delivery. They've run through for a leg bye.
Catch it!
Ronak's played that down the ground. Again, a very, very good effort from the fielder. He's struggling to get up, but he cleans up well, and Ronak's gone through for another double. Hassan patrolling the deep long on boundary. They've made a minor change to the field now. They're going to be bringing the mid-wicket in and operating with a deep long on and a deep long off.
Bowling! Come on!
Fuller delivery.
Good effort, boy.
Played straight to the cover fielder, and it will be a single to end the over. Decent start from Abid Nini. 7 for no loss after 1.
भाई बस मोहित थोड़ा और हो जा हसन थोड़ा सीधा हो जा
Emil into the attack for the second over. He's had a fairly reasonable tournament. He's picked up a brace of wickets in the games that he's played. That's a full length delivery, very well bowled. And a dot ball. It's a fairly sedate start from DCC Starlets compared to the first game that they played against the same side. And Ronak 6 of 5 at the moment. Oh, that's high in the air. And the fielders completely misjudged that, and I believe he's been hit on his face.
That was hit flush on his face. It went through his hands and straight onto his face. And that must have hurt. Well, I hope it's nothing serious. But that has hit him right on the face.
That's a nasty knock. The only good thing for him would have been that, you know, he must have taken some of the force of the ball because it just hit his hands and went through. But a nasty knock nonetheless.
Yeah, I would like to see that again in the replay if possible. Let's just check that again. That catch, it was a drop. He's okay now. He's on his feet. But would like to see it in the replay. Yeah, there you go. He wanted to play that towards the mid-wicket, got the leading edge, went high up in the air. And you can see that's not the right technique. Your hands should not be in front of your face. And only if the ball is above your head would you want to go for the reverse cup.
Yeah, the reverse cup is not an easy technique to pull off, especially if, for Asian cricketers, and it takes some getting used to. The fielder is out of the boundary right now; he's just taking a break, and again, Lyari Kings have dropped Ronak very very early.
Yeah. Good ball from Emil Fuller, and on the stumps. That is what you want to see with a left-arm bowler who can swing the ball. In all that, we forgot that Emil had created that chance, that opportunity to get that big wicket of Ronak Panoli. That catch drop will definitely be a big concern. But I hope he's okay. I hope he's all right.
So we see a replay of that again. That had serious airtime. Oh, he's edged it, but there's no pace on the ball whatsoever. Just bounces in front of the keeper. And Ronak's struggling a little bit with Emil. He struggled in the first game as well, and that's purely because, there's not a lot of pace that Emil bowls with. And you see Ronak coming down the wicket to just try and accelerate the shot that he's trying to pull off.
Also, just trying to negate the swing in the air because he wants to get close to the ball, come to the ball early, take it on the full. But I think he just needs to play on the merit. Don't go for anything flashy. This time it's a lot better. A full toss delivery opens the face of the bat, plays it for 4 runs.
Yes, it was a ranked full toss, and Ronak's put that through that ring of fielders on the offside. They're operating with a very heavily packed offside field. They've got a couple of fielders on the boundary on the leg side, which is the long on and the deep mid wicket. So he's bowling according to the line or where the captain's expecting, but he needs to be able to pitch the ball.
Good shot again in the gap. Won't go all the way, but has played again on the merit. This is good batting from Ronak. A lot better. Looks more composed now. And that'll be the end of the over again. A good over from Emil. DCC starlets after 2 overs are 15 for no loss.
Another change in the bowling, and Krishnan has been brought on into the attack. He's the one who got the wicket of Ronak in the previous encounter between the two sides, Shoaib. So he's another one of those loopy bowlers. He's not going to give you a lot of pace. The ball will not bounce. He's taken 1 wicket in the 3 matches that he's been a part of, and that's the prize wicket of Ronak itself.
Oh, some swing in the air. That's good bowling. Good start from Krishnan. That in-swinging delivery. A lot of swing on offer. And well played by Punyamera. Oh, that's another good delivery. Played a little bit too early. Ronak, luckily he's got some bat onto it. Otherwise that was going to crash into the stumps.
Yes, so very, very loopy in swing. And you can see he was through the shot before the ball got there. And that's something that he's going to have to combat. As that ball has been played towards the long off fielder. And they run through for a single. It's difficult batting conditions for the DCC starlets right now. They haven't been able to get the bowlers away.
Bowling!
Yes, I think that movement in the air is definitely troubling both these batters. They're not comfortable against the moving ball. And no one is, to be honest. But they'll have to get runs from somewhere, and they'll have to target certain bowlers, Kes.
Yeah, I think the idea with Krishnan could be that you don't want to just swing hard at the ball as Ronak plays that towards deep mid wicket, and they're running for a double. That's very good running, and running between the wickets is going to play a very important part with the young DCC starlets. They're playing against an older side, so to say. So running between the wickets will be very important. As we see again. With bowlers of this pace, you need to be able to keep your shape when you're trying to play your shots. If you're hitting it, trying to hit it too hard, as Ronak has hit that way over the long gone boundary for a 6.
That is a good shot now. He just waited for that delivery. It was in the slot, just waited a split second more and then connected it right from the middle of the bat. The sound of that ball hitting the bat and then clearing the 6 was absolutely bliss. 3 overs gone, 26 for no loss is the score. Swing and a miss, Emil this time. Not a lot of movement. The ball just kept straight.
Yeah, he was always targeting that long on mid wicket region. But again, the bowler, he's bowling over the wicket, and Punya's got a very, very good cover drive, mind you. So he's probably better off either hitting it straight or towards that extra cover region. But again, the nature of the T10 game, you tend to want to go towards that long on mid wicket area.
Wanted to scoop it, just lands short or directed. Would have been absolutely curtains. Game over for Punya Mehra, but not to be. He's taken a risky single. First of all, a risky shot to begin with, and then he took that run, which was hit straight to the fielder.
Yeah. That knocked him on the head, and he was gone. He was gone. Good fielding by Nile. You can see him signaling to his. So he's ringing in the changes. He's bowling. He keeps moving his bowlers around.
Driven straight towards the long off. Will be a single. Emil is bowling his second over, and I think this is the right ploy to use Emil with the new ball. He gets some movement in the air, and that is where he's most dangerous. So use his 2 overs at the top. He might get you wickets. If not, he'll at least contain the flow of runs.
Yeah, he's not express in terms of pace, but what he does have is he's got that swinging delivery, and it swings in late, and he's bowling at very good lengths. He's not giving batsmen the opportunity to hit the ball. As Punya has edged that, the short third man is not going to cut that off. That's another boundary.
Game of margins. This game called cricket. I think that short third should have been a lot finer with the ball moving it in. It's not going to be that wide short third. It was way too wide, I felt. And once that took the edge of the bat, once it cleared the 30-yard circle, it was always going to be 4 runs. So off the edge, but Punya gets a boundary. And that's his first in this innings.
That's been played towards deep mid wicket. And they're running through for another double. Good aggressive running, and the wicket keepers missed that one. That was very poor all around. Very poor cricket on the field on behalf of the fielding side. They've managed to run through for a 3.
Yes, I think overall it has been some shabby effort in the field. First, the throw was wayward. The keeper couldn't collect it. Should have collected it. And then there was no backup. So, need to buckle up. Need to pull up their socks, Lyari Kings, if they want to restrict DCC starlets to a decent total.
And they're operating with a very interesting field. They've got a deep point, but Amil does not generate enough pace, as that's been played towards a square leg fielder.
Yes, you're right. He doesn't generate that pace, and he's not bowling that shot. So you wouldn't want a deep point fielder, but that's how it is. 4 overs. DCC starlets are 35 for no loss.
So look at the Lyari Kings bowling card. Mohammad Abid Nini, 1 over 6 runs for no wicket. Emil John has bowled his quota of 2 overs for 17, and Krishnan Bala has bowled a solitary over for 11 runs. DCC starlets are 35 without loss at the end of 4.
कुर्सी कुर्सी बस भाई आप भी थोड़ा बाहर हो.
Another change in the bowling. Zahid Amir has been introduced into the attack. He's an off spinner.
Bhai, come on. Very well done.
That's been hit towards the cover fielder for no run.
Bhai, come on.
And Punya's come down the wicket and run through for a single. Good effort from Nile.
Zahid, he's a good bowler, experienced bowler. Has been around for some time.
Operating with this fairly standard field. He's got protection in the cover area with a long on, long off, and then a square leg and deep mid wicket. Oh, that's a full toss, and that's been launched by Ronak over the square leg boundary for a 6. Poor delivery, and it gave Ronak the opportunity to free his arms. He's checking with the umpire for a over the waist high ball, but
that was hit nice and clean, wasn't it? A full toss, yes, but you still have to get them away. He decided to pull it towards square leg.
well, that,
short and wide this time, played towards the extra cover. There is protection. So he's bowling to his field now. That was a loose delivery before this. A decent comeback. But already given away 8 runs in the 4 deliveries that he's bowled so far.
he's missing his length, so he's bowled a full toss, which has been deposited over square leg, and then this one was a touch short.
Catch it.
And again, that's been played over extra cover for another 6, and that's the area Punya will target. So the fielding side does not seem to have done their homework on the batsman.
That was a loopy delivery outside off. For a moment, I thought it could just land into the hands of the fielder at extra cover, but that placement was absolutely perfect between the extra cover and long off, and it's gone the distance. So Very well done, Punya Mehra.
Bowling.
Much better delivery to end the over. Expensive nonetheless. It went for 14. DCC starlets are 49 for 49 without loss at the end of 5. So at the halfway stage, DCC starlets are 49 without loss. And joining me in the comm box is Mudassir Ali.
Good evening, Khaiz bhai, and what a decent start by DCC starlets. The stars are back. Ronak Panoli, Punya Mehra, they have missed out the previous match, winning the toss. Ronak Panoli has elected to bat first, and so far, the decision which he took is working in favor of his team.
Good line, boy.
50 up with that single for DC starlets.
Punya's edged that one again towards that short third man area. Krishnan cleans up and they've run through for a single. And yeah, it's a reasonable start for me based on the standards of the batting that we have on display right now. I think Ronak will be happy but not totally content with the score at this point.
Catch it!
This time a low full toss played towards a long off region. Credit should be given to the bowlers as well, the way they have bowled tonight. Though they have been a bit of a couple of misfields, but still a decent job by Lyari Kings bowlers.
Again, very, very well bowled. Punya has done well to come down the wicket to the pitch of that one as Zahid cleans it up and throws it back to the bowler for a single. And yes, how big that an impact will that dropped catch have on this game, Mudassir?
And we were talking about the drop catch. This time, stepping down, a maximum from the blade of Ronak Panoli.
Well, that was very, very well hit. He got down to the pitch of the ball and he swung his arms. Let's have a look at that. That was hit very, very well. And we know that when Ronak hits the ball, it normally would just lands in those areas beyond the boundary rope. Oh, he's hit that again towards deep mid-wicket. A fielder almost got to that, but that's gone for another maximum.
Smashed. A brutal hitting by Ronak Panoli this time. Targeted the mid-wicket. Though there was a fielder, but brilliant shot by Ronak Panoli. 6 gone, 65 for no loss, DCC starlets.
अमित, मैं फाइन लेग को स्क्वायर लेग एम्पायर पे करता हूँ, उसको पीछे करता हूँ. क्या बोलता है? सर जी यहाँ आ जाओ. छोटे दरख्त पर. हाँ, पार के साथ.
Well, we get down to the business end as Amit comes into the attack and the first ball has been played towards that short final leg area for a single. So Nail is ringing in the changes. He's moving his bowlers around with the hope to get a wicket.
Now the partnership looking dangerous for Lyari Kings. Quickly, Ronak Panoli moves to 44 of just 21 deliveries, and Punya Mehra rotating the strike on regular basis, batting on 21. This time trying to go over the deep extra cover. A brilliant effort by the fielder. Chance gone begging once again for Lyari Kings.
Well, I tell you what, Mudassir Bhai, that fielder was slow off his mark, and that's why that's why he's not been able to reach that ball. As we see that replay, he was a couple of steps late. Oh, he's got him! And Punya Mehra has been bowled by Amit. Trying to up the pace, he was a little bit slower off the blocks, providing support to Ronak. And DCC Starlets have lost their first wicket. 67 for 1.
Making room, trying too many things. Punya Mehra this time. Off stump. Goes. Punya Mehra walks back after scoring just 21 runs of 17 deliveries with the help of one maximum and one forced score. 67 for the loss of one wicket. DCC Starlets.
That brings the tall and lanky Dhruv Parashar to the crease. He's been a very good form for DCC Starlets in this tournament. He's bagged the Man of the Match award in the earlier legs, and he's been playing very aggressively. So an ideal situation for him to come to the crease. And he's been given the platform by his openers to just, swing his arms and get as many runs as he can in the remaining 3.5 overs.
Talking about Dhruv Prasad, 4 matches, 3 innings, 75 runs to his name with an average of 25. And look at the strike rate, 178.57 with the best of 14 not out. A very highly talented batter in this lineup. He knows how to score those maximums. Very hard-hitting batter, Dhruv Parashar.
Short ball that's been hit towards that square leg fielder, and they've run through for a single. So what do you think is going to be a reasonable target that DCC Starlets would want to get, considering where they are right now, Mudassir Bhai?
I think around 115 to 120. He won't mind Ronak Panoli the way they have started. 5 overs 50. Now in the last 10 deliveries they have managed to get 18 runs, but they have lost Punya Mehra. The good news is Ronak Panoli still out there this time, way down the leg stump and sent out of the park by Ronak Panoli with that maximum. He reaches to his 50.
Well, that was very, very well played. He just helped that ball over the boundary. That was a very, very ill-directed shot or ill-directed ball, and Ronak's helped it on its way over that fine leg boundary to bring up another 50 in the tournament.
A very poor delivery and full advantage taken by Ronak Panoli, the man in form for DCC Starlets. Captain's knock tonight by Ronak Panoli. Once again, a wayward line going towards the leg stump, rightly called by the umpire. A brilliant batting display. As Khaiz Bhai said earlier, he missed an opportunity against the future matches in Sharjah Stadium, and this was due from Ronak Panoli.
Last ball of the 7th over. And Ronak's bunted that towards the deep long on fielder. They're going to run through for a single. And at the end of the 7 overs, DCC Starlets are now 76 for 1. And that's a look at the batting card for Division 1. Sagar Kalyan is at the top of the table. Ronak Panoli at number 2. Asif Khan at number 3. Yasir Kaleem is at number 4. And Mazhar Hussain makes up the top 5.
Good to see some new faces and a youngster in the top 5. Ronak Panoli still not out on 52. The season has been very fruitful for Ronak Panoli. He has set the standard for himself and knocking the door of UAE national side Ronak Panoli. 76 for the loss of 1 wicket, and it's Abid Nini.
Catch it! Nice bowling.
And Ronak's bunted that towards the deep long off. There's protection in that area, and he's run through for a single. Yeah, Ronak's been a revelation this year, Mudassir Bhai. He's obviously worked on the mental side of his game. He's always known as someone who is aggressive and attacking, but he's brought that level of maturity into his game this season. You're seeing him convert the 20s and the 30s and the 40s into scores, and that's the aspect of his game that had been lacking in the past.
Bye!
That's missed everybody, and it's going down to the third man boundary for 4 byes. Yes, bye signaled by the umpire.
A quicker delivery coming into Dhruv by Abid Nini. Lucky yet to be out there Dhruv. It misses his bat, it misses the stumps and misses the wicket keeper.
Yeah, he was a little bit late on that one, Mudassir Bhai. He just came a little bit late to the ball. 4 runs nonetheless. DCC will take that. Hit powerfully back to the bowler. A dot ball. This is gold for Lyari Kings. They're not going to mind that.
Trying to hit too hard this time. Unable to find the gap. Dhruv. Very next delivery played towards the long on. And Khasbir, talking about the lads of DCC starlets recently, like we have seen Vritya, Alishan making to the national side, and Nilansh Keswani, who is a regular in the camp.
And that's been hit by Ronak very, very powerfully again towards that vacant long on boundary for another 4. He's only dealing in boundaries now. That was very, very well picked up. And he found that gap between deep mid wicket and deep long on to perfection.
Nice looking shot this time by Ronak Panoli. Picking those gap regularly this time. A full toss delivery, making room for himself. A brilliant effort by the fielder. Was there a chance?
That's the end of the over. DCC starlets are 86 for 1 at the end of 8.
And talking about the scorecard, Ronak still battling out in the middle, 57 not out of just 27 deliveries. The only casualty, it's Punya Mehra, 21 runs to his name, clean bowled by Amit, and it's Dhruv Prashar in the middle with Ronak. And talking about the lads of DC starlets, recently we have seen Vritya Alishan making to the UAE national side. Now Nilansh Keswani, he has been regular in the camp. How difficult is to hold these guys in DC starlets, because there are a couple of big teams chasing these lads.
As we have a look at that, and Nile has dropped Ronak again. That was a chance. And he's not going to be happy about that one, because he dropped Ronak early on in the first game, and Ronak's been dropped early again. As he plays that towards the cover region, and again That does not look like it was out. I feel the batsman was in, but we're going to go and have a look at that with the third umpire. So yes, Mudassir bhai, it's been a, I mean, from a council perspective, it's very, very good for, be it Dubai, Sharjah or Ajman, that the younger kids get in and get to represent the national side. And obviously we have these kids who, after representing teams like DCC Starlets or ECB Colts or be it Sharjah Academy, they go on to get picked up by the bigger teams like Future Mattress, like IGM, like 11 Ace. And it's wonderful to actually see that the team owners of these big sides are also recognizing the youngsters. So yes, we as a council team or whatever you want to call it, we take the hit, but then we are able to sub players like Ronak, for example, who may go to another side with players with other younger players. As Ronak has played that towards the sweeper region, Moiz picks it up and they've run through for a double. But it looked like Ronak was struggling a bit, a little bit of a better throw, and they could have had him in trouble.
Cracking drive from the blade of Ronak Panoli. Good work by Moiz Wakar. The odd bounce saved Ronak Panoli this time. Running hard for those runs. He knows the importance of those singles, doubles, Ronak Panoli.
And he's reverse slept that to the short third man area, beg your pardon, for another boundary. As DCC Starlets move on to 93. So yes, again coming back to the discussion we were having, it's good to see the bigger teams, the Division 1 teams recognizing players like Vritya, like Alishan, like Nilansh, like Wasi, and actually giving them opportunities. For us, from a council perspective, we lose those players, but then we sub for it. As Ronak said, that towards deep mid wicket. Again, that's powered over the boundary for another 6. This is turning out to be an expensive over. 13 off it already with 2 deliveries to go. And Ronak again is just dealing in boundaries. He's recognized the fact that he's coming towards the end of the inning, and he's trying to maximize the opportunity that the Lyari Kings have given to him by dropping him earlier on.
Brilliant timing this time. Shorter delivery sent over the mid wicket for yet another maximum from the blade of Ronak Panoli. Was all about the timing and the footwork shown by Ronak Panoli tonight. This time coming down was way outside the off stump. Just a single, and with that single, 100 comes up for DCC Starlets.
And just as a follow up to that discussion, we've got a number of younger players who are around, who are also knocking on the door. So you've got Shrey Sethi, we've all seen him. Yug Sharma, you must have seen him in the Sharjah 50 over tournaments. He's a very good left arm spinner, left arm fast bowler. As Dhruv's played that towards long on, again he's found the gap to perfection. That's another boundary, and that's an 18-run over. Ahad has completed his spell, very expensive, 34 of his 2 overs, as DCC Starlets are 104 for 1 at the end of 9.
So 9 overs, 104 for 1 DCC Starlets. Last over, 18 runs were conceded by Ahad. Amit will be bowling the final over. He is the only bowler to pick that wicket.
And that's been hit powerfully by Ronak towards that deep square leg area. Nikhil Pancholi, surprisingly, they haven't bowled him, Mudassir Bhai. He's also a decent medium pacer. Another, ex-product of the under-19 youth system. He used to play for, he's played for Dubai, a few years back, but he hasn't bowled a single over.
This is what happens when if you don't go into a right team, into a right setup, captain needs to use. And this time, once again, a poor piece of fielding resulting in a couple of runs. They're completely struggling tonight, the Lyari King boys.
And that's a regulation catch, Mudassir Bhai. Nail Tanveer, what are you doing there? He's dropped 3 catches now. And those are regulation catches. You're playing a Division 1 event. You need to be able to take those chances. Not because you're playing a Division 1 event, because it also has an impact on the other team. And these are things that create that difference between whether you're going to win or lose the game. And Dhruv's hit that towards deep mid-wicket area, just over that square leg fielder. Did not time that at all, and another wild throw. A quicker bouncer got up on Dhruv. He was a little bit late on the shot. And another poor effort in the field.
So far, 4 runs this time. Ronak Panoli goes towards the mid-wicket. And Moiz Wakar, this time no mistake by Moiz Wakar. That's the end of Ronak Panoli trying to clear that mid-wicket.
Well, finally someone catches one. Another short of length delivery. Ronak got a pretty good piece of that. And Moiz has done very, very well. He's taken that very, very well. Ronak walks back to the pavilion for a very, very well made 71 of 33 balls with 3 fours and 6 maximums. And DCC starlets are now 108 for 2.
Walks in Aditya Shetty, 4 matches to his name, 2 innings with an average of only 1, best of 4, strike rate of 66.67. Very talented all-rounder in this lineup, DCC starlets. Coming down the track, a flick towards the deep fine leg. Just a single. Brilliant over by Amit. So far, 5 runs have been conceded, and he got the big wicket of Ronak Panoli.
Yeah, he's had a good game, Amit. He's bowled very, very well. He's utilised the short ball well. He's been consistent, fairly consistent. He's picked up 2 wickets. And another slower ball that has been bunted by Dhruv towards that long off area. And that's the end of the DCC starlets innings. They've managed to get 110, which is what Ronak had talked about at the toss. So they'll be reasonably happy with that score. It's a par score, mind you. This is the average score that's being scored at this ground in T10 events. So while Ronak will be happy, I think he would have wanted to get a lot more considering the start that they got.
Guys, bhai, dil mange more for you always. So 110 is a good total. Looking at the bowling attack which DCC starlets has tonight, they have the likes of Aditya Shetty. One decade for DCC starlets. And talking about the starlets batting, Ronak Panoli, a brilliant 71 to his name of just 33 deliveries. Punya Mehra was the first wicket to fall. Made 21 of 17 deliveries. Dhruv remained not out on 11, and Aditya just faced one delivery for his one run and couple of 6 extras so far in this innings.
And that's the Lyari Kings bowling card. Mohammad Abid Nini, a very good spell. 2 overs 12 without any wickets. Emil John, consistent as always, did not get a wicket. 2 overs 17 for none. Krishnan, who got Ronak in the first game, only got the solitary over this game. 1 over 11 for none. Zahid Amir, again a touch expensive. 1 over 14 for none. Ahad Shakil was the most expensive one of the lot. 2 overs 34 for none. Amit Negi, the best bowler of the Lyari Kings inning. 2 overs 17 for 2. With 6 extras, the score 110 for 2.
Talking about the story of the first innings, it was a brilliant batting display initially by Ronak Panoli, hitting Emily towards the extra cover. Then it was Punya Mehra who has launched maximum. A couple of edges from the blade of Punya Mehra. Clean hitting by Ronak Panoli. Zahid Amir, one of the most experienced bowler, was pelted by Ronak Panoli. This was the over they targeted, Ahad Shakil's over. And the first wicket coming down. Amit was the bowler. Shot of the day for me by Ronak Panoli. Waited and dispatched over a fine leg. And trying out to that reverse sweep, getting a boundary to his name, Ronak Panoli. Ahad was one of the most expensive bowlers tonight. A wayward line dispatched by Ronak Panoli, and this time Moiz Waqar was the fielder. No mistake by Waqar, and sends back Ronak Panoli back to the pavilion. So Lyari Kings needed 111 runs to win this match in 10 overs. We'll be back after a short break. Good evening and welcome back to Sevens Cricket Stadium. It's match number 16. Lyari Kings versus DCC starlets. Starlets winning the toss and elected to bat first. It was a brilliant batting performance by the captain Ronak Panoli himself, scoring 71 of just 33 deliveries. The first wicket partnership of 66 odd runs between Punya and Ronak laid that foundation for DCC starlets. And Dhruv made 11. And talking about the bowling, Abid Nini was an economical bowler tonight. 2 overs, 12 runs. Krishna Bala 1 over 11. But it was Ahad Shakil's 2 overs made the difference. 2 overs, 34 runs. Pick of the bowler was Amit Negi. 2 overs, 17 runs to his name, picking up 2 wickets. And I have got my dear friend Abdul Rahman with me in the Combox. Welcome to Combox, Abdul Rahman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you, Mudassir Ali. Lyari Kings need 111 runs to win in 10 overs. And Ronak Panoli, he was living dangerously, given a chance. And then after that, as all good batsmen do, capitalizing. Was the captain of Lyari Kings along with Zahid Amir opening the batting. Good change up top, going for the aggressive option. Ronak Panoli marshalling the troops. Zain in the lineup as well. So is Shane Saldana. What a day he had on Thursday night. 3 wickets against IGM. And I can say those names and you will not believe it. You will rush to the scorecard. The 3 batsmen Shane Saldana got out was Asif Khan, Yasir Khalib and Sandeep Singh Sandy. It'll be Zahid Amir and Nail Tanveer, the 2 openers. Well, the captain dropping a couple of sitters and giving Ronak Panoli the chance to score all those runs. Can he repay the favour with the bat? And he'll certainly hope Ronak Panoli repays the favour in the field. Jayaditya Malik, the new bowler, pulled a very good spell against the IGM lineup. Was the only bowler not to concede more than 10 and over. So we're ready to start the run chase. It's going to be the captain facing Jayaditya Malik. Lyari Kings yet to register a win in this fan code DCC X10.
Play.
First ball on the stump. Zahid Amir running down the track. Well, that would have been a disaster for Lyari Kings. It's never a single there. Ronak Panoli at cover. Where are you going, Mr. Zahid Amir? His debut here in the fan code DCC X10 would have been a disastrous debut. Platinum duck. But he survives. Again, well bowled and good fielding in the follow through. Now Mudassir Ali right next to me, shaking his head in disbelief. They're chasing a target of 111. And you've got a young bowler coming in. You have to show the intent, put the pressure back on them. Cannot play these dot balls. There's acres of space on the leg side, even a single on offer. Oh, width offered. Very lucky this time. Ronak Panoli got a hand to it, but he'll race away to the boundary. In the last game against DCC starlets, the first ball, he played it right into the hands of the fielder. And this time, almost doing the same, but it's gone for 4.
Brilliant shot by Nail Muhammad. There was a chance put down, I would say, by Ronak Panoli. Survives Nail Muhammad. Brilliant piece of bowling and nicely played towards the long on by Nail Muhammad. Returning the favours here, Ronak Panoli. Earlier it was Nail who dropped couple of times Ronak Panoli, and this time an easy chance put down by Ronak.
Well, Ronak still owes him one more. It's 2-1 the score in Nail's favour. Zahid Amir on the pull shot. Intent from ball 1. This is why I like the move of sending Zahid Amir up the order. What a way to get off the mark in the fan court DCC X10.
Experience Zahid Amir. Shorter delivery pulled towards the deep. Fine leg. One bounce. First boundary from the blade of Zahid Amir. They need to get those 10-12 runs every over. The likes of Aditya Shetty yet to come.
Yeah, you have to select your bowlers and target them. As you said, and rightly so, Aditya Shetty will not be easy to get away on this track. You can't get 12-13 runs off him every over. So target your bowlers and take them for 13-14 runs. Give yourself the cushion. Oh, hit very hard. There is a long on fielder. Just a single. So an eventful over comes to end the first one. 10 for no loss, Lyari Kings.
Is that fine?
Ronak Panoli, the captain, coming into bowl. Zahid Amir goes downtown for another boundary. Well, where have you been, Mr. Zahid Amir? Lyari Kings should have signed him up from day one.
Goes over the mid-off, clears the fence. Zahid Amir, one bounce. Looking dangerous tonight. He needs to get to his 30-40s as quickly as possible and lay that foundation for Lyari Kings.
Oh, coming into him this time, Zahid Amir, ready and waiting. Good adjustment and a good single taken as well. I've seen Zahid Amir play a lot of cricket in Ajman. And he is one of those rare all-rounders, off-spinner who can bat in the top order. Consistent is the word. Gives himself room and tries to cut it. You can see the gap in confidence between the two players. Nile with the same idea but just couldn't get the execution, a bit tentative against Ronak. This time an in-swinging delivery, unable to beat the fielder. These dot balls will add pressure on Lyari Kings. Nile Tanveer gives himself room this time, plays it in the gap, and he gets a boundary. What seems to be the technique of Nile: play a couple of dot balls, then hit a boundary. Over number 2 comes to an end. Lyari Kings 19 for no loss. Well, one more delivery to go. It's a dot ball. No difference to the scorecard. 19 for no loss at the end of 2. Ibrahim Vijdani coming into bowl. Good in swinger to start off. Zahid Amir camped on the back foot. Punches it towards cover for a single. They've not gone for the optional power play. And Nile Mohammad Tanveer, couple of boundaries to his name already. 9 of 8 has the number of dot balls in the middle. That's just adding pressure. Can he cut loose here? They need a good start. Going down the leg side, given as wides, and 4 of them. 5 runs added to the total. Lyari Kings will not mind that one bit.
Trying to generate that pace. A wayward line by Ibrahim down the leg. Far from the wicket keeper. Freebies for Lyari Kings. 25 for no loss. Decent start. They need to get a wicket here, DCC starlets. Zahid Amir and Nail Muhammad, both the batters. Talking about the wicket. This time a brilliant piece of bowling on target. Ibrahim completely misses by Nail Muhammad. Clean bowled.
Oh, it's a poor shot. Very poor shot, you have to say. And some good bowling from Ibrahim. Look at that swing in, cut in from the seam as well. Very well done, young lad. And Nail Tanveer going across the line. No shape on that shot whatsoever. He's bowled. A poor day in the field for the captain of Lyari Kings. 9 of 9. And the first wicket falls for Lyari King with 25 on the board. Amit Negi, the new batsman, new addition to the side. Very interesting. His back lift. A lot of movement from Amit Negi. Trying to play a front foot defense. And Ibrahim Vijdani will take those 5 runs away. And it's a brilliant over so far. Just a 1 run off the bat and a wicket to his name already. Top of middle stump. He will be very disappointed. Nile missed out on an opportunity to get a boundary.
Jumping Jackson Amit Negi. At last opening account. Credit should be given to Ibrahim after that 5 wides. A brilliant comeback by this young lad, getting rid of Nile. Just 7 runs so far in the 4 deliveries.
Well, we've seen a lot of young kids, talented kids on display. You can add his name to that list as well, Mudassir. Ibrahim Vijdani. Zahid Amir playing it towards the covers, just a single. And he's only going to get better. 17 years old, Ibrahim Vijdani. And he's only going to get taller and bigger, stronger. He's a very good batsman as well. A good all-round option. The stable of the Dubai Cricket Council just keeps churning out players. Hit straight down the ground. Will be a single. An eventful over again. 9 off it. But the wicket, which is the key thing for DCC starlets. 28 for 1 now. Lyari Kings at the end of 3. Shane Saldana, a superstar from the last game of DCC starlets, coming in to bowl. Amit Negi. When it's your day, it's your day. That would have been a boundary if there was any other bowler in the world. But because it's Shane Saldana, it's a dot ball.
And because it's Amit Negi, it went 1 bounce into the hands of a fine leg. Unable to find those gaps once again on the back foot. Played over the long off. A maximum from the blade of Amit Negi. At last he connects well.
Yeah, got a very good connection there. A ball hitting the middle of the bat. We heard it all the way here in the comm box. And he knew it the moment he hit that shot. Didn't even think of running. We'll give him some confidence. We'll give Lyari King some confidence as well. They're chasing a big total. They have to score runs quickly. Required run rate is almost 13 and over now.
Trying to go hard. Completely misses Amit Negi. Coming down the track. Once again played towards the long off. And this time Dhruv was the fielder patrolling that area. Just a single for Amit Negi.
And again the full toss. Seems to be the most productive delivery in the fan code DCC X10. We've seen a lot of wickets falling. Zahid Amir, 12 off 6. Look, trying to find some batting options here. In the air and through his hands. Can you believe that? It's Jaditya Malik. That would have been a simple chance. Shane Saldana would have been amongst the wickets again. And it's gone right through him. swirling in the air, settle under it. He's overrun that. He has overrun that ball.
Poor fielding by Malik. Once again, slow in the air. Shane with the dot delivery over number 4 comes to an end. 39 for the loss of 1 wicket. Lyari Kings.
That's the bowling card so far. Ronak Panoli and Ibrahim Vijdani giving away 9 runs each. 1 wicket to Ibrahim. Well, looking at the bowling options, and they've brought in Aditya Shetty. That was going to happen sooner or later. And this is the challenge right here for Lyari Kings. If they can score 10, 11 runs off him and leave that required run rate to about 12, 13 in the last 4, they might have a chance here. 9 wickets in hand.
No run, Shetty, come on.
Nicely played by Amit Negi. The stand-in captain for the last match, Zain himself, a leggy.
Well, if you're the captain and you don't bring yourself on to bowl, I don't think you can expect Ronak Panoli to have the faith in him. And if he comes up to Ronak Panoli and says, you can give me a ball, I know what the answer is going to be. Aditya Shetty, the googly this time.
Dhruv one.
It's Ibrahim Vijdani who cleans up. But he took some very good catches, Zen. Brilliant catching in the circle, a steepler, and then right on the mid-wicket boundary. A few inches away from the rope.
He has done a good job in the absence of Ronak Panoli. Punya, Aditya Shetty was missing in the last match. Watchful Zahid Amir and Amit Negi.
Another googly this time. And just a leg by. That would have been a very exciting game if Ronak Panoli and Punya Mehra were batting. They've scored 111 today against Lyari Kings. It would have been a difficult task against the pace of Tawqir Riyasat, Hazrat Luqman. But I'm sure they would have made a fist of it. This time the traditional leg spinner getting a lot of turn, Aditya Shetty. This is a flat track here at oval number 2 in the 7 stadiums. But he can take a glass pitch and turn the ball on that as well, Aditya Shetty. What a talent.
One, Ibi one. Keeper.
Read it early this time, Zahid Amir. He slipped. Was looking for 2. Turning slowly. 43 for 1. The Lyari Kings almost at the halfway stage. If he can get a boundary on this ball, they'll take some confidence into the second half. Short delivery, width given, but they have protection at extra cover.
Back up.
It's the captain himself. So good over comes to an end. Just a 4 off it. Lyari Kings 44 for 1 at the end of 5. Well, it's Ronak Panoli again, beaten in flight the keeper and the batsman, and starts off with 4 byes as I welcome Kes Farooq into the comm box. All the extras are piling up for the DCC starlets, and because of that, Lyari Kings are still in the hunt.
Yeah, we still have a match on our hands. The required rate is a touch over 12, but again, with wickets in hand, you never know what happens in this game, as that's been played towards the cover fielder for a single. And again, Ronak, I'm surprised he's not utilized some of the other bowling options he's got. He's got Zain Hamid, who we all know did not bowl in the first game, or the last game that he played, but he should have been utilized over here just to give a little bit of variety to the bowling attack.
Good awareness there by Ronak Panoli, taking the stumps out with one hand and the ball in the other. You have to touch the ball on the stump that you have in your hand, Ronak. Umpire's not giving it out just because you picked it up, but good awareness nonetheless. I know a few who would have just taken the ball and hit the stumps again and appealed. Oh, short ball. He's missed out. Zahid Amir knows he's missed out on a chance to get a boundary there. And I'll say the same thing to you, Kes, as I was mentioning to Mudassir. If Zain Hamid was leading the side and didn't bowl a single over, I don't think Ronak Panoli is going to give him one.
Well, I have a feeling he's going to get an opportunity to bowl in this game. Oh, he's just scooped it back onto his face, I believe.
Well, the good thing for Amit Negi is that he is wearing the helmet on the spinner, because that would have hurt right on the grill. Oh, he would have had to make a dentist appointment if he was not wearing a helmet. Hit straight down for a single. Amit Negi, in the context of the game, is playing a very poor innings. 14 deliveries for 13 runs as the 50 comes on the board for Lyari Kings. 51 for 1 at the end of 6 overs. Amit Negi, 13 of 14. He has to get a move along here. Hits it hard, hits it straight. But it will be just a single. He's faced 15 deliveries and scored only 14 runs, Kes. And that's just not acceptable when you're chasing 110.
Yeah, he did not time that one at all. It hit the bottom half of the bat. He's run through for a single, and yes, in the context of the game, this is a fairly slow-paced inning, and it's putting all the pressure on the other batsman.
Zahid Amir again going on the back foot, inner half of the bat. Ridya Bhatia fielding. They'll take 2. Doesn't look happy there, Aditya Shetty.
Well, you'd want to, as Lyari Kings again, you'd want to think about the dropped chances and the doubles that were conceded while DCC Starlets was batting, and what impact that would have in the game. As Zahid tries to hit that towards the square leg area, and he's missed another one.
Well, I can count about 7 very poor deliveries on which they've failed to score runs. That would have been a wide had it not hit his pads. And that should have been dispatched to the boundary. Big appeal, given not out. Aditya Shetty doesn't look happy. Vansh went up a bit late. Let's have a look. There, and now he remembers to appeal.
A good decision by the umpire, and the dot balls are piling up in this over, and it's 57 required of 20.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got him. He's bowled that googly outside the off stump, trying to entice Zahid Amir to go for that big shot, and he's got an inside edge, and it's just hit the stumps.
Well, he started off really well, Zahid Amir. I think pressure from the other end causing him to play a very rash shot. Inner half of the bat crashing into the stumps. Aditya Shetty has bowled magnificently. And they get another wicket here. 54 for 2. Now the Lyari Kings in a lot of trouble and staring defeat in the face.
He would not hurt them, no. Jabashet.
Well, Lyari Kings are 54 for 2, with Shoaib Ahmed joining me in the comm box for the remainder of the innings.
Thank you, Kes. 57 of 19. The task is a daunting one for Hassan Nasir and Amit Negi. Hassan Nasir, the new man in, goes for a big swing, misses it, and it's missed by the keeper as well. I think it's going to go all the way for 4 runs. Not the greatest of glove work we've seen. A lot of work needs to be done on that youngster. Kes?
Yeah, he's had a below average game behind the stumps. He's let a lot of balls go as Lyari Kings now move to 58 for 2 at the end of 7. Let's look at the Lyari Kings batting card. Nail was dismissed cheaply. Zahid Amir had a fairly reasonable inning, 21 of 17. Amit Negi, who's played a sedate inning, 14 of 15. With 14 extras. That's a big number, and the DCC Starlets coaching staff will not be happy with that one. Aditya Shetty bowled a very good spell, as Zain Hamid has been introduced into the bowling attack.
Yes, for the first time in 2 games, Zain Malik comes into the attack. Starts off with a flighted delivery, taken on the full by Amit Negi and played it towards long off.
Yeah, I was actually a little bit surprised he did not use himself when he was captaining the side yesterday, or day before yesterday. And he bowls a rank long hop that's been hit towards the deep square leg area. Shane Saldana cleans up, and they've run through for a double.
And that was a poor delivery from Zain. The other one was a lot better, the full toss. We'll take that any day. Better this time from Zain, outside off. Not a lot of turn, but they'll get a single.
He should be a little bit more comfortable knowing the situation at hand, and he needs to relax a little bit. You can see a little bit of tension with the deliveries he's bowled as he bowls another short pitched ranked long hop delivery. It's down to Punya Mehra at deep long on, who's taken a comfortable catch, and Zain Hamid gets his first wicket of the fan code DCC X10.
Yes, that's the first wicket. Not the best of deliveries to get a wicket, but he'll take it. Zain, he will take some confidence out of that delivery, out of that wicket. It was hit straight down, and Punya Mehra completes a good catch. That's a very good take. On the side, never easy, along the ropes. But it's Amit Negi who's walking back after scoring 15 of 17 deliveries. Lyari Kings 62 for 3.
That brings Moiz Wakar to the crease, and he's just tried to hit one towards mid-wicket. Everybody's missed that, including the wicket-keeper. They've run through for a single, a bye.
It's again missed by the keeper. This time he takes it on the second attempt, but a good ball from Zain.
That's the end of the over. The Lyari Kings are 63 for 3 at the end of 8. And well done, Vansh Kumar, for fielding that one. Let's look at the DCC starlets bowling card. Jaiditya Malik, 1 over 10 for no wicket. Ronak Panoli, very miserly, 2 overs 12 for no wickets. Ibrahim Bishdani has bowled a solitary over, taken 1 wicket for 9. Shane Saldana was a touch expensive today, could not exploit the opportunity, based on the recent game he had. 11 without any wickets. Aditya Shetty, 2 overs 7 for 1, and Zain Hamid has bowled a solitary over with 4 runs for 1 wicket. They've conceded 15 extras this evening, Shoaib, which will again not go down well. That's not the number you're looking for when you're playing a T10 game. So they'll have to improve on that particular aspect. And that's inside edged down to the fine leg area for a boundary.
Oh yes, 4 runs signalled by the umpire. Jaiditya is continued to be a tad bit expensive. Mohammad Moiz Wakar will get an under edge, and it was fine, so no chance for that fine leg fielder as well. 44 needed of 11 deliveries. Played high up in the air towards square leg, 1 bounce. Shane will cut that off, and will only be a single again. Good bowling.
Another full length delivery that's been played down towards the long off area by Hassan Nasir. They've run through for another single. There's been a good all-round performance from DCC Starlets. They got enough runs with the bat, with Ronak playing another fantastic inning as we see the replay of that last delivery. And they've backed it up with some very decent fielding, barring a few issues here and there. The bowling's been fairly reasonable, so they're going to be happy with this performance overall. And another slower ball by Jaditya Malik that's been inside edged towards the short fine leg, and they've run through for another single.
It looks like another comfortable win on the cards for DCC Starlets. They didn't have a great game last time, the previous match against IGM. No ball signaled. That'll be a free hit. Not needed at this time, but Jayaditya has overstepped. And that means it's going to be a license to go for the kill for Hassan Nasir.
He's had that issue in domestic events. There's something wrong. He has some issue with his run-up as we see a replay of that no ball. Yeah, good call by the umpire. Very good call.
The free hit has been utilized to full effect. Played it towards the square leg and it's gone the distance. So another 6 coming in for Lyari Kings. This time it's from the bat of Mohammad Moiz Waqar.
Yeah, the captain is not going to be happy with that one. He's hit that towards that square leg mid-wicket area for a maximum. And these, in pressure games, in games where you're defending a lower total and it's an even contest, these balls, that one no ball, that one wide could be the difference between a defeat and a victory. And that's something these boys need to work on. As Moises played that towards the final short third man area, Zain Hamid running after it. He's cleaned up. They've run through for a double. And that's the end of the 9th over. Lyari Kings are now 80 for 3. And Ibrahim Wajdani has been brought in to bowl the last over of the inning. A simple equation for Lyari Kings, actually. They just need 6 boundaries. Or 5 sixes and a single will do it for them.
Yeah, 6 sixes. And they'll be home. Yeah, now 5 sixes and they'll tie the game.
Well, a good delivery first up. He's obviously seen what Hassan's been trying to do, target that long on deep mid-wicket area, and he's bowled it wide outside off stump, and which has resulted in a dot ball. 31 of 5.
Gets it right from the middle again, peppering that square leg boundary. This is another 6 in that area. That length from Ibrahim has allowed Hassan Nasir to play that shot, and it's gone the distance. 6 more.
Well, that one was in the slot for him to hit, and he's seen what Hassan's doing. Hassan is trying to move towards the offside and just try and take that square leg mid-wicket area. He's perhaps better off bowling a Yorker. That would be a little bit more difficult for Hassan to get under to try and get any elevation on the ball.
25 needed of 4. Game still possible. Another swing, this time along the ground. Hasn't come from the middle. Will only be a single.
Again, Ibrahim was very lucky with that one. That was in the slot to be hit. And he's lucky that Hassan has not connected and got any elevation on it. I still feel he's better off going for Yorkers at this point in time. I mean, the game is practically over now. 24 required of 3 deliveries. But this is, again, something that Ibrahim needs to learn and learn very quickly as they come up against some of the bigger teams. As Moez has hit that towards the deep long gone fielder, Punya Mehra cleans up and they've run through for a single.
Yes, I think that was a surprise delivery from Ibrahim. That short delivery hurried on to Waqar. 23 needed of the last 2. Oh, he's connected that well. Has he? Yes, he has. This time it's the cow corner, the mid-wicket area. And just clearing his front foot. Hassan Nasir, he's giving some blows. And he's just taking Lyari Kings to as close to the target as possible.
And again, a poor delivery from Ibrahim. He's just bowled that right in the slot. He's seen what Hassan is trying to do, and again, it's a victory nonetheless. But it'll have an impact on net run rate, which we know is going to be crucial for the tournament. As that's again been hit towards that deep square leg area for another 6. Lyari Kings bring their 100 up at the end of the game. They've lost by 11 runs, and I feel the DCC starlets coaching, the coaching camp will not be happy with how the game has ended. It's a very, very small margin. They would have looked to have won by a bigger margin just to bump that net run rate up as we see that last ball being deposited over deep square leg.
Yes, they've definitely won the game, but they have a lot to think about, DCC starlets, especially when it comes to their bowling. They've given away quite a few runs, but the bottom line is that DCC starlets have won the game, and they won by 10 runs.
Yes, a good win nonetheless. Where again, some learnings from this game for the young DCC starlet side, as they get down to face the likes of IGM and some of the other stronger teams, the margin of error will be so minimal that it'll become very challenging for them to finish off games if they keep conceding extras and their bowlers don't bowl to the lines and lengths that's expected of them.
Let's look at the batting card for Lyari Kings. In the end, there was a strong partnership, but the start wasn't that great. 9 of 9 for Nile. Zahid scoring 21 of 17 deliveries. 15 of 17. Amit took a lot of time for those 15 runs. And looking at the bowling for DCC starlets, quite a few options used. 6 in fact. Pick of the bowlers, Aditya Shetty, 2 overs, 7 runs and a wicket. Zain Hamid bowled well as well. Gave away just 4 runs in his 1 over and took a wicket.
We have a look at the highlights. That was a dropped chance first up. And they had a very good start. They had a very fast-paced start. The first couple of overs went for quite a few runs. As we see that ball being hit towards cover. Ibrahim Vijdani then came in and got the first wicket. Shane Saldana, the hero from DCC starlets' previous game, was taken for a few until that drop chance from Jayaditya Malik and Aditya Shetty. Again, miserly as always, came in, bowled his 2 overs, conceded 7 runs and took a wicket. Zain Hamid got that wicket off his solitary over. Good catch by Punya Mehra. Jayaditya was taken for a few runs. And Ibrahim Vijdani then closed out the inning for the DCC starlets. He was also taken for a few in the last over by Hassan Nasir. And the match summary, DCC starlets batting first, got 110 for 2. Ronak Panoli, that man Ronak Panoli, 71 of 33 again. He was dropped very early. Good support by Punya Mehra, 21 of 17. Amit, the pick of the bowlers, 2 overs 17 for 2. In reply, Lyari Kings could only manage 100 for 3 of their allotted 10 overs. Hassan Nasir, a breezy 24 of 11. Zahid Amir, 21 of 17. And the pick of the bowlers were Aditya Shetty, 1 for 7 of his 2 overs, and Zain Hamid, 1 for 4 of his 1 over. We're going to take a short break and be right back with the post-match presentation.
Welcome to the post-match presentation. The match was played between Lyari Kings and DCC Starlet. What a entertaining match we have witnessed. A couple of individual brilliance performance we have seen tonight, but it was the rescue ranger, captain of DCC Starlets, Ronak Panoli, with his match-winning 71 of just 33 deliveries, is the player of the match tonight. And to give away the player of the match award, I have with me the match official Sunij, who will be presenting the award to Ronak. Thanks a lot, Sunij. At last, are you happy with your performance?
Individually, I'd say I had a decent day out in the field. Gave a chance early on, but I mean, it's the format, so you have to keep going for it from ball one. But obviously, at the end of the day, happy with the win. Happy that we could get a respectable target up on board, and then the bowlers came in and defended it pretty well.
Definitely, and the batting and the bowling was on the par. But what are the areas you are looking to improve? Apart from fielding, are there any areas where the spinners can play a different role?
Look, starting off with batting, I think we can get 10 to 15 more. We've got some of the best youngsters in the country. Some players who are part of the under-19 camp, some players who are part of the men's camp. So maybe with the batting, if we can get 10-15 runs more, then the bowlers have a little bit of cushion. Also with bowling, I think in the middle overs we let it a bit loose. So if we come a bit tighter there, then maybe we can win by a bigger margin.
Definitely, and all the best, Ronak, and really well played tonight. It was a brilliant knock.
Thank you so much.
So that was Ronak Panoli, the man of the match for tonight's match between Lyari Kings and DCC Starlet. That's all we have from the presentation, and we'll be joining you back after a small short break. The match number 17 between 11 A's versus Pacific Group. Stay tuned.